Some viewers may find this disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hi my loves, it's CHANGE.TROYCE and you're watching Choice TV. So, I wanted to get on here and talk about Raven-Symoné and how she's one of the most biggest imbeciles ever. So, Raven-Symoné recently did a podcast and I wanted to get on here and talk about it, and I want to just also talk about 2016. 2016 was a very insane era. It was the era where we saw the rise of people like Fetty Wap, other entertainers, female rappers like Cardi B, and a lot of big things happened in 2016. That was the inception of Donald Trump. That was the start of Nicki Minaj's hate train, which I'm sure created what we're going through now.
I am probably the president's #1 fan. And that's not going to change.
And it was a bunch of shit that happened in 2016 to the point where people view 2016 as being nostalgic. But I want to get on here and say straight up that 2016 wasn't just an era of nostalgia. It was also an era of people revealing their true colors.
If somebody got shot by police for a reason, I am a young, black, rich. If that don't let you know that America understands black matter these days, I don't know what it is. That man white, he filming me. I don't know what you mean, man. Don't come at me with that dumb man. My life matter, especially to my.
Now, one of the biggest things that happened during 2016 was the explosion of Black Lives Matter, conservatism, and a lot of people who show their true colors. And that's a whole other video for another day. But I wanted to get on here and specifically talk about Raven-Symoné. So Raven-Symoné was the it girl in the late 80s. As we all know, she was huge on The Cosby Show back in the year 1989 because she was the cute little girl that we all love. Then she blossomed into shows like Hanging with Mr. Cooper and a lot of other popular shows and Disney movies, The Cheetah Girls, That's So Raven. However, let's not forget in 2016 where Raven-Symoné said that she would never hire somebody named Watermelon Drea.
Just to bring it back, can we take back racist and say discriminatory? Because I think that's a better word.
Yes, it is a much better word.
That's a better word, and I am very discriminatory against words like the ones that they were saying in those names. I'm not about to hire you if your name is Watermelon Drea. It's just not going to happen. I'm not going to hire you.
Really? That's not your that's not their fault. I would be such a beautiful King Kong Quisha, by the way, I'm letting you guys know.
I get where she's coming from about like how, you know, depending on where you come from, only somebody out of the box would name you something like Watermelon Drea. I mean, I'm not gonna fucking name my kid Watermelon Drea because I actually fucking care about them. I mean, obviously none of y'all would ever name your fucking kid Watermelon Drea. Like, there's only one Watermelon Drea that I fucking know. And the first time I even heard the name Watermelon Drea was when I was watching Trey Melvin back in the day. And when I was watching that damn ghetto fucking names videos way back in the day.
Hi, Lamisha, Beethovenese, Watermelon Drea.
That's where that name fucking came from. And let's be real, I've never known anyone known to be that fucking name. I don't think anyone would be stupid enough to merge two fucking names in one. Raven-Symoné was huge because she was like the first leading star of a fucking sitcom, and she was a young black woman. She was a young leading black star, and most of us saw ourselves in her, whether you were black or Hispanic. So seeing someone like Raven was representation. So to see Raven-Symoné blossom and grow up and now have a podcast with what people call her handler, and she say shit like this.
Her. I don't even know what it is. I want
to see if your mindset changed a little bit.
Raven-Symoné wouldn't hire someone with a black name.
Isn't that crazy she said that?
I understand.
I didn't say
she
that.
didn't say that.
Oh. No,
I didn't say that.
Shall I tell
the story?
Tell the story.
Let me tell the
story.
I can't. Let me tell the story.
That's crazy.
I was on Tea Time.
No, baby,
The View.
I'm sure you was on The View.
I'm sorry. See, my words. Okay. I was on The View, and I was bringing up a funny video that these two boys made on YouTube because of one of the hot topics. And in the video, they started making up fake names. Watermelon Drea, Obama Niqua, United States of America Niqua.
Right.
Like, they just went through 60 ghetto-ass names, and then #1 was Ashley.
That was
and
funny.
so I pointed out Watermelon Drea because I think the topic had something to do with, do you judge people by their names that you walk in?
That was the topic.
Thank you very much. And so what I said was, I wouldn't hire somebody named Watermelon Drea because that name,
Mama crazy.
that name is so polarizing and makes me think negatively because of the fact that you're naming somebody that. And that's not correct. However, what I didn't like about the situation is that people said a black name. To me, that's more racist than me saying Watermelon Drea. Because if you think that only black people name their people that's your fault, not mine.
There it is.
Period.
That's true.
Record has been set.
Yeah. Period.
Right.
So if you think that only black people can be named Watermelon Drea, go sit your ass down.
There it is.
What the problem is don't name your child Watermelon Drea.
There it is.
It's stupid.
Yes, it is.
Those are facts.
And fuck the view. Oh,
It really irritates me that Raven-Symoné still to this day does not get it. And let me explain why it's so fucked up, why she doesn't get it. How many of y'all growing up had an ethnic name like Esperanza or Maria or anything that people deem as too Hispanic or too black? Many of y'all watching this probably. And it's sad because people oftentimes have to do things such as exaggerate their names or put D or M or whatever as their last name so nobody would assume their race. And that's my genuine advice for anyone watching this. If you ever apply for jobs, if you're struggling to get a job, put white on that fucking application. You better put white on that shit. I don't want to hear, oh, but if they don't want me, and then put white on the application. If you're struggling in your job hunt, put that you're white. Or just put prefer not to answer. Because people definitely do look at those stats. Those stats are visible. And you never know if whoever's responsible for HR or saying yes for an interview is going to look at your race and be like, that race, that name, Esperanza, what if she doesn't have this? What if she can't work in the U.S.? Like, that's what people do. People judge you by your name all the fucking time. Growing up, many of us who had different ethnic names were constantly having our names butchered or picked on by those teachers. You know those teachers growing up that would always be like, is it Shaniaka, Shanatavaya? Like, people do weird shit like that. Is it Dshani? It's like, sometimes your name could be easy to pronounce. Sometimes you can correct somebody easily and they'll like butcher it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, your name could be fucking Dahidi, and then they'll exaggerate it and just say dashiki. Like, people do really weird, stupid shit all the time. And because people like Raven-Symoné exist, that's why you need to put that you're white on your application. Or you need to use your middle name on your application. Because of situations like this, people do judge you based off of your fucking name. People judge you, period. And it's okay. Everyone has their own opinion, and everyone judges people for survival reasons. But if you don't put that you're white on your application, and if you don't exaggerate your name, if it's too ethnic, people are going to fucking not give you a shot. And who's going to take a chance on you and roll the dice on you? Probably anybody. When you grow up having an African name, or you grow up having a name that's visibly ethnic, you deal with all types of prejudice. You deal with people trying to make fun of your name and much more. And the same thing goes for people who have Arab names. Now, I've heard this countless times. People who have Arab names, people who are named Muhammad, Abdul, little names like those, people automatically deal with prejudice like that at airports. So it's not even just jobs. It's at airports. It's, you know, when you walk into a room, if somebody reads your name off of a list, they just perceive you as something. Or you ever just have somebody read off your name and thought, oh my God, I didn't expect you to look like this. You know, little stuff like that people do.
Things you could go through is having an Arab name and going through an airport in the United States. Because just the name alone, it doesn't matter what you look like, you're just going to get targeted. And I don't care what anybody says. There's probably some people like, oh, that's not going to happen. Well, I literally had one flight out of, I want to say, 20 international flights since 2016 that I didn't get stopped. One out of all of that time. I've met people who changed their names just because they felt uncomfortable. Especially imagine leaving out of JFK. I'm at JFK right now. And it's just nerve-wracking just thinking about how they could just stop you and then hold you over for a flight just to question you about a bunch of answers that they already know.
But if you eventually want your child to maneuver or go through the world and be able to assimilate culturally, that's just what you're going to have to do sometimes, is find a name that just helps them blend in. Because people are fucked up, you know, especially if you live in a city that's not diverse. Can you imagine that small population of black people that try to apply for jobs, and then HR has to see Shaniqua on the list? You know what I mean? Like, they always have to perceive stuff. I'll never forget growing up where my brother basically tried to get this one woman a job, right? And essentially, my brother basically said, while he was trying to get a woman a job, he got her the interview, everything was fine. And then he asked the manager, hey, you know, did you hire old girl that I brought in here? And the manager literally told my brother, oh, I didn't really want to hire her because she just seemed like one of those ghetto black girls. Literally said that. So that's the kind of stuff that'll happen where sometimes if you don't sell yourself properly and someone sees your skin tone or they see your name, automatically all bets are off. They're just going to judge you and assume you're a certain way based off the stuff they see on TV. And that's how life is. So Raven-Symoné is a representation of what life is. And I can respect her for being honest. But I'm going to tell you right now, for everyone that got an ethnic name, that hits a core because it's a reminder of how cruel and shitty the world is. And Raven-Symoné is a part of that world. And after 10 years, she still stands by what the fuck she said.
Go ahead and apologize.
Girl.
Girl.
Or guy.
Or they them.
Or they them.
Yeah.
Or they zed, fairy, unicorn. I want to apologize for not allowing you a job in a company that I don't own. I want to apologize to you, Watermelon Drea, and obviously your last name is Seeds. And I really want to apologize because that was not okay of me to racially profile you and namely profile you into a job.
Yeah.
That was good.
Thank you, I tried.
Which I'll give her my respect for that if you're willing to stand on your shit. But I would never have any respect for someone that can still justify why they don't understand why name discrimination is disrespectful. And she thinks, oh, people just misinterpreted and thought I was talking about black people. No, people obviously and very vividly remember just interpreting it as you judging somebody based on their name. I'll never forget when Raven-Symoné got called out by Ann Coulter. Ann Coulter, I have no problem with her, but she's a very right-wing conservative, and she's very vividly anti-illegal immigration and anti-open borders.
Like the belief of some weird hippie cult. The rest of the world has a right to move here, and you have to support them. That's our immigration policy now. So instead of people who had been populating America for the first 4 centuries of its existence, which was mostly British Isles, Germany, and Western Africans, suddenly we were taking the poorest of the poor, people from the most divergent cultures. You know, it's like, no, this isn't going to be difficult enough that they're poor and have no skills. Let's make sure they also don't speak our language. And we have taken in now more than 50 million immigrants, 85% of them, this is since the 65 Act, it really started in 1970, 50 million immigrants, 85% from the third world, driving down wages, harming the working class, and the Democrats don't care. They're getting the votes. And the Republicans don't care because their donors want the cheap labor.
Various groups, feminists, gay rights groups, and those who are defending immigrants have commandeered the black civil rights experience.
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
There is the legacy of slavery and Jim Crow laws. We don't owe the homeless. We don't owe feminists. We don't owe women who are desirous of having abortion. That's what civil rights has become for much of the left. Wait, can I just say, what have we done to the immigrants? We owe black people something. We have a legacy of slavery. Immigrants haven't even been in this country.
And I respect Ann Coulter's opinions. She's been around for years, and the Boondocks have even famously mocked her and disrespected her. But I understand her perspective and respect her opinions, regardless of if I agree or not. But I'll never forget when she called out Raven-Symoné, because Raven-Symoné grilled her for being like, well, what's the problem with not having open borders? What's the problem with that? Like, we're a multicultural country.
Seconds, please. The poorest I have a question. My mom taught me when I was younger, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. And why do you think that it's important? Why do you think that's important to mudsling and have these words that obviously touch the hearts and souls of so many people of America being said when we're taught something different as a child? Could you explain that to me, and why do you think your success is based off of that?
Well, I'm at least talking about policy. You have a position on what people's names should be. Watermelon Drea. I mean, you'll insult people for their names. I'm talking about a government policy that affects all Americans and immigrants and the people living here, and it's harming our country. So you don't follow it.
Are you against? Okay.
Are you?
And it was the most breathtaking, most wonderful thing ever. It was like Happy Black History Month. Because I couldn't believe that it took a white woman who comes from a middle-class family having to call you out for your assessment on names. Because what's so interesting about Ms. Raven-Symoné that y'all don't get is Raven-Symoné isn't even her real name. Her real name is Raven-Symoné.
That every time.
No. I even speak it incorrectly. Raven-Symoné. It's much easier for the American tongue, just to be honest.
I thought your last name was Simone. I think
that is incorrect as well.
Yeah,
a
it's
lot
the
of
first
people
name.
think that. Yeah, it's hyphenated, and now I'm a 2 hyphenated name.
Yeah,
wow.
We have long names.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. So what's the full name?
Okay, Raven. Correctly.
So we can set the record straight.
Raven-Symoné Pyramid Mayday.
Okay, beautiful.
Why does she not correct people? I'm sure she has, but why does she correct people? She's been going by Raven-Symoné since she was a little girl. Why did casting directors, as a little girl, tell her to just go by Raven-Symoné if that's not even her name? For branding and trademark reasons, why wouldn't you want people to pronounce your real name correctly? I get it, because she doesn't realize that she's a product of the racist Hollywood industry that tried to box her in. Simone is very diverse. You can meet somebody who's mixed race named Simone, but Symoné, I can hear that and automatically know, okay, I know that person's black. Symoné, it kind of reminds me of like anyone that has the last name Isha or has Isha at the end of their name, or Ika or Nika. That tells me that your mom probably grew up in the late 70s and 80s. Anyone that has Eek or Isha or Ika at the end of their name, your mom grew up in the 80s watching 1970s black sitcoms. And that's all I can say. And her not realizing that you benefit off of the whole name butchering thing, that was a dead giveaway for me. Raven has grown up in wealth and privilege for literally since she was a 5-year-old girl. Raven-Symoné doesn't know what the job market is like because she's never had to partake in the job market that will judge you because of the way you look or because of how dark your skin is. She doesn't get it. And again, it does not have anything to do with race. It has lots to do with the fact that people will just look for any reason to just simply eliminate you. So, in a nutshell, if anyone watching this ever applies to a job, like I said, put that you're white. Because then you have people like Raven-Symoné who will literally not get it years later. Seeing her not get it years later and seeing her mock the fact that people try to be like, oh, well, first of all, what the fuck is her wife doing there? Like, her wife, Miranda, I'm sorry, but I don't have a problem with Miranda. I think she's a really sweet girl from what I see on the podcast. But she is one of the most annoying fucking people ever because she literally follows Raven everywhere she fucking goes.
Things happened and people coming on set now, it's like, I don't want to do that. What you don't want to do? And I would say that and I would get belittled or bullied into doing it because not a lot of black women have these opportunities. How dare you do this? How dare you do that?
What you were also encountering is people had an expectation and an ideal already.
Like, we get that you're Raven's wife, but like, just move! Raven-Symoné, fuck you, kiss my ass. That was the most horrendous shit I've ever seen. No growth, no accountability, and no empathy. But that's not for this entire video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Give your thoughts on the comment section down below. Let me know what you guys think or if you guys agree with me. And yeah, that's that. Choice out this bitch. Why don't we fall in love? It's so many reasons. It's the only thing that matters to me. It's so many reasons. It takes such a load off to let you know that you're the only one I will ever want to go. Think I never did know what to do. A love I never felt, now I feel for you. Why don't I just swallow each and every ounce of my pride? Everything you do, I want to feel again. Ain't no use for us to pretend, 'cause why can't we, why can't we, why can't we, why can't we fall in love? That's all you get for free. Thanks for watching, y'all. Follow me on Instagram and join my Patreon.